be greedy. It's time to be greeny. Environment means anything that surrounds us. It can be a living or non-living thing. All our surroundings, including air, soil, water, plants, animals, and man-made things, make up environment. Plants and animals, flora and fauna, need a healthy environment to survive. How healthy is our environment today? Do you think that our environment is healthy today? Healthy environment means clean air, stable climate, clean water, and fertile soil. Think about my question again. Do you think that our environment is healthy today? No. Our environment is not healthy today. Environment is an essential requirement for human and other species to survive on the planet. Health of the environment is degrading day by day due to human activities in the form of pollution. Why should we protect the environment? When it comes to the saving the environment, there are many things that we can do. There are tons of ways that you can live a sustainable life and help to protect the environment. Without protecting and taking care of our environment, we are putting so many lives at danger, such as animals, plants, and crops, and even ourselves. Right now, our air, food, and even water is being polluted because of many different factors. Urbanization and industrialization. Since the era of Industrial Revolution, man has continued to introduce hazardous materials into the environment at an alarming rate. Mining and exploration, agricultural activities, burning of fossil fuel, and plastics. Air pollution is caused by emissions from factories, building chimneys, vehicles, and oils. Wasted industrial solvents, plastics, and other waste sewage are polluting water. The significant causes of soil pollution are the use of pesticides and deforestation. Let's turn to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was a third world country and now industrially becoming into developing country since the 1980s. After that, energy consumption has increased and number of vehicles has rapidly increased in the last 2 decades. In 1985, hydroelectricity was enough to provide 90% of country's electricity need. By now, it has been reduced to 60% because of high consumption of household and industries. Nowadays, thermal power plants provide a maximum percentage of energy consumption. At the same time, petroleum fuel consumption has also increased owing to the increase in the number of vehicles. Based on that, it can be concluded that economic development has a direct relation with the environmental pollution in Sri Lanka. One side, economical development. Other side, environmental degradation. Sri Lanka is an island which has top biodiversity in the Asian region. As in many places all over the world, They are threatened by the impact of climate change and especially human activities. The encroachment into the destruction of their habitats as well as poaching, direct land use conflict and various forms of pollution. One of the most serious environmental concerns of Sri Lanka is the rate of deforestation. Sri Lanka, with a total land area of 65,610 square kilometers, is a tropical island situated in the Indian Ocean. The high biodiversity seen in Sri Lanka can be attributed to a wide variety of climatic, topographic, and soil conditions that exist in the island that has resulted in a diverse array of aquatic and terrestrial habitats. Sri Lanka's biodiversity is significantly important both in a regional and global scale. Sri Lanka has the highest species density in the Asian region. But today, deforestation leading to disruption of the habitat and changes in water sources is possibly the most pressing threat because a number of Sri Lanka's endemic species are found in small patches in rainforest. Forests have been logged to extract timber, to allow for expansion of plantations and villages, and in some areas to maintain security during the conflict period. Cutting of the undergrowth by villagers for firewood produces changes in the habitats that impact unfavorably on the water sources. Water pollution. The increasing human population also puts pressure on water sources, causing increased extraction and use of water and increased pollution from soap products and other human pollutants. Changes in water sources such as damming of streams or cutting of canals also affect. Overfishing and insufficient waste management, especially in rural areas, leads to environmental pollution. Increased waste generation is caused by high population growth, industrialization, urbanization and increased consumption. Sri Lanka is also vulnerable to climate change impact such as extreme weather events and sea level rise. Look at this. Because of the heavy wind and the heavy rain due to climate change, nowadays we don't have stable climate. In the drought season, we have prolonged droughts. In the rainy season, we are getting too much rain. Sri Lanka's mangrove forest, small trees that grow in coast water, have been decreased by 70% since 1915. The size of mangrove ecosystem is being reduced because of the implementation of agriculture and aquaculture systems like fisheries. Shrimp aquaculture projects are one of the biggest threats. The shrimp business is growing very fast because of high demand and high profits. One of the negative impact of shrimp farms is that mangroves are being destroyed where the farms are built. Coral reefs are threatened by human activities such as destructive fishing methods, coral mining, pollution and unsustainable management practices. Every day, we make choices in our lives that affect the environment, the climate, and other species. There's a lot we can do to protect our environment. reduce our environmental footprints to leave more room for wild animals and plants. Think twice before shopping. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Make sure your big purchases have big environmental benefits. Go plastic-free life. Use reusable bags. Skip the bottled water. Use reusable water bottle. Try to avoid products made out of plastics. Don't be greedy. It's time to be greeny.